Greetings everyone. So today we're making egusi stew, known in Nigeria as egusi soup. We're using goat meat and cow tripe. So far, we have seasoned our goat and tripe with some salt and crushed black pepper. Also, we added a blend of red bell pepper, onion, garlic, Fresno chilies, and the ginger. Then we cook the meat with the lid of the pot on medium-high for about 15 minutes. Then we went back, stirred it around a bit, and then we added an extra layer of protein and smokiness. So we chose to add smoked turkey. Now we added the turkey later because the turkey is already cooked, it's smoked. So it does not need to be cooked too much, otherwise it'll fall apart. But we wanted to also absorb all those amazing flavors, so we added it later. Then we added some iru or dawadawa. That brings umami like beyond what you can imagine. But you can substitute it with your miso paste, your fish sauce, shrimp paste. You can even use momoni if you're from Ghana. You can also use Kobe, anything you love that will bring umami to the table, because this soup is nothing without umami. Then we also added some crushed smoked dry herrings. The herrings, of course, adds on another layer of smokiness and a depth of flavor, which you will also get from crayfish powder, but I'm cooking this for others. And they don't eat shrimps, so this is a great substitute, by the way. And after adding the herrings, I covered the pot and continued to cook for an extra 25 minutes on medium-low in order that all the flavors mesh and tenderizes, especially the goat, further. We'll keep the lid on and proceed to prepping our egusi. Yes, this is the almighty egusi. Egusi are a type of melon seeds, friends. They resemble pumpkin seeds too, because they are flat and they are more on the beige side in terms of color. But you can substitute with what we call pepitas. They are available at most grocery stores out here in North America. I previously shared a video in which I used pepitas. They look greenish on the outside only. They have a greenish coating to it. And this egusi actually looks like it's a polished version of it. So it's a great substitute. And they blend white just like this one will do here. And you have to blend it real smooth. It has to be silky, smooth in texture. I did rinse the egusi seeds prior to blending because they just looked like they needed to. They were coming out of a package and I just felt the need to do that. All the flavors in here are now married. This has been cooking for 25 more minutes. And we're going to add some more protein. I have some cowhide. We call it wele in Ghana and it's called pomo in Nigeria. Now the wele or pomo, the cowhide, has already been parboiled with some onions and some salt and other seasonings. Seasoned and parboiled in a pressure cooker to bring them to the same tenderness as the rest of the meat in the pot. Before I add the blended egusi, I want to pour in some palm oil. Many will argue that palm oil is an optional in making egusi, and I agree to some extent, but if you cannot have palm oil, you don't have to use it. It'll still be good. All right, so this is looking and tasting good. I gave it a quick taste. The seasoning is on point. And look at that, looking really good. Now it's time to add the egusi. Now that the egusi is in the pot, you want to sort of just fold it in. You don't want to give it a vigorous mixing, all right? What you're trying to do here is basically just sort of submerge the egusi underneath all of that flavor so it can soak it all in. We are almost done cooking the egusi. Now you want to throw the lid on. And also another key thing you must do is turn the heat down to the very lowest setting. All right. So my heat level goes all the way up to 10. I turned it down to 2. And I cooked for 15 minutes. Then I go back and give it a stir and leave the lid off now because I want the egusi to now fry. So we use steam to cook the egusi through. Now it's time to fry it. And by fry it, I mean frying it in the palm oil that's already in the pot. And you want to do that with the lid off. Frying it like this gives the egusi a more exciting texture. Yes, the texture becomes heightened in terms of lusciousness, which we all want on our palates. Frying it like this will only take 5 minutes, and while it's frying, because the lid isn't on, it will also reduce. So at this stage, you get to determine what kind of consistency you'd want your stew or soup to have. If you want it on a lighter side, then you can add some broth or some water. Now it is time to add our vegetables. We have chosen to use baby spinach today. It is very tender and it's literally just needing to be wilted, friends. We're not going to cook this at all. As we know, spinach are rich in nutrients that are great for our bodies. Vitamin K is one for sure. And also it has all that fiber that is important for our gastrointestinal tract. Now, if you ever cook spinach, then you have just defeated its purpose, which we do not want to do. So just fold it in so that the heat that's already in the pot, that residual heat in the stew, will wilt it. And turn the heat off and then serve. That is all she wrote, friends. This, I must say, is one of the best egusi stews or soups I have ever made, as it's packed with authentic, fresh ingredients that really elevate the egusiness of this egusi stew. Now, how to serve your egusi. Egusi is typically served with a side that is really a starch. All right. Now, eba is one of them. That's gari made from cassava, fermented and toasted. And then you add water to it and you cook it like bangkung and you have eba. That's one. You can also have it with pounded yam, as our Nigerian siblings would do. And that pomo was so tender, by the way. You can also have it with yam. We would have it with yam in Ghana or even over rice as well. Incredibly delicious, and I hope that you are inspired to try this recipe. I really appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much. Make it a great day, and as always, have fun, friends. A lot of fun, especially in that kitchen.
Thank you, beautiful person, for watching the video all the way to the end. Kindly leave me a comment and subscribe down below, and don't forget to share the video as well. Also, watch more videos. It is chop time, and here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair. We are all friends and family here.